Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's do it. So let's get exam ready. So this is strategic management, chapter number 1, and this is question number 1. Okay, let us look into the question first of all. The question is, what is strategic management and what are all the overall objectives and benefits? So it's very simple. What is strategic management and the overall benefits and the overall objectives of strategic management? So simply put, we have three divisions of answers. First division should be, what do you mean by strategic management? So I'll tell you what is a strategy. Okay, strategy is like every company. Okay, every company in this very competitive world, or every person in this competitive world wants to be number one. Okay, everybody wants to be number one. Okay, but that is not the strategy. I want to be the number one player. I want to be a global player. That is not the strategy. What is the strategy? Strategy is how are you going to make it happen? How are you going to make it happen? For example, in Olympics, okay, you want India to be in the top position. Like you want India to be the most number of gold medal owner or the winner. Yes, you want India to win the most number of gold, and that is how in Olympics you can become the top position holder. Okay, so for example, if India wants to be on top position, top number one, what are you going to do? What are you going to do in order to place India in number one position? In the same way, in the last Olympics, which was held in Japan, China wanted to be in the top position, like to hold most of the gold medals to its side. That what did the Chinese government do? What is the strategy of Chinese government? Because just thinking or just wanting to become number one is not the strategy. It is the goal. It is the objective. It is the vision. It is like the end post goal where you want to go. But strategy is like, how are you going to go? What are you going to do in order to go there? So it's like a game plan. It's like a blueprint. What are you going to do? It's like a statement of action. What are you going to do? So you know what China did? China first felt that okay, many of the games are being conducted in Olympics, and most of the games are only male oriented, or the participants are very high number only in male section. But in female section, we see a very little participation from all the countries. So what China did was, China it got a lot of women participants or women athletes into Olympics. See, for example, it's not just an example, it actually happened. Okay, China, out of 100 athletes it brought into in the Japan Olympics game, in that out of 100 participants, 70 participants from China or female only, because China had a game plan. What is a game plan? All the games, okay, that is conducted in the Olympics, okay, had high number of participants or high number of competitors only in male section. In female section, the competition is very low. So China felt like, okay, if I bring a lot of female participants, then definitely the competition is going to be very low from the other countries, and the chances of winning are high. This is a strategy. And what is strategy number 2 that China implied in the Olympics game? Do you know what it is? For example, if you have volleyball, basketball, or any other games where multiple number of players are playing on both the sides of the field, then the chances of winning depends upon the tactics that is used by the opponent team. Okay, so China has chosen games, okay, in which there is no opponents. Shall I tell you the examples where the games has no opponents at all? Weightlifting. In weightlifting, you don't have opponents at all. See, meaning thereby there might be 10 weightlifters who is competing in that class. That is, I'm not telling you that only China is going to participate in the weightlifting. No, it's not like that. But when the actual game is on, Chinese weightlifter is going to lift the weight. That's all. Chinese weightlifter lifting the weight is not dependent upon how the others are going to lift weight, right? Because there is no direct interplay, or there is no direct influx of how my performance is being influenced by the others. But in volleyball, it is not so. Okay, my reaction is based on the action of the opponent. Okay, the way he kicks the ball, or the way when he's so tacky with the ball, it becomes very difficult for me to win. Which means, in a very simple aspect, what do you mean by strategy? Strategy is like a game plan. It is like your action statement. What are you going to do in order to be number one? Because whether you are an individual or a company or a country like China, when you want to be on the top position, when you want to be number one in the world list, okay, you want to be number one, there's no doubt. But what are the two important strategies that China took? Number one, what? Bringing more women participants. Number two, what? indulge in games or give more importance to the games where there are no opponents. Example, weightlifting. Okay, weightlifting, swimming, 100 meters running or relay. Herein, if you make a student, like for example, if you choose an athlete at the age of 12, you're choosing a boy, and if you're asking him to practice the weightlifting for 12 continuous years, and then he's being brought into the Olympics game, so he has been practicing the weightlifting for the past 10 years like a mad boy, mad man, and then he's performing it in the front of the Olympic Games podium. That's all. He can easily do it. But imagine if you are making a group of people play volleyball or basketball, and then my team's winning is based on the tactics used by the opponent team. So China chose the games where there are no opponents, and just when you have this rote routine for 10 long years or 8 long years, and just do the same rote routine, same mad routine for 10 hours every day for 8 to 9 years, and then you become a superficial, a superlative athlete. Okay, and then you perform weightlifting or you are a swimmer. When you swim, your speed of the swimming or your tactics is not going to be affected by any of the other swimmers. They are also going to do it on an individual basis. You are also going to do on an individual basis. There is no direct interplay. So remember, this is strategic management. Strategic management is not like one thing, I want to be number one. No, that is not strategic management. Strategic management is like what are you going to do to be in the top position. That is strategic management. So what do you do for managing a strategy? What do you mean by how do you manage the affairs of the business? First of all, it is all about, see, this paragraph is the definition or how do you call strategic management. So strategic management here, it refers to a managerial process. Why is it called as a managerial process? Because it's a person, it's an individual who is crafting a strategy, right? So it's a managerial process of developing a vision. Vision is like, I want to be the global leader. I want to be the India's topmost performing company, or I want to be the leader of Asia. Like, what is your vision? What are you trying to achieve? So first set that. So you develop a vision, and then you set some objectives. What is it I have to achieve within 5 years or 6 years or 10 years or 1 year or 2 years? So first of all, set the objective and then develop a vision. So you develop the vision and you set the objectives, and then what you are supposed to do? Now you have to craft the strategy. Like bringing in more female participants, or choosing the games where there are no opponent interplay. So take on some strategy and craft it. When you finish your crafting, then implement it. Once you're implementing it, you really have to evaluate it. Evaluation in the sense whether it is working or not, whether it has some backlogs or not. If it has some backlogs or some backdrop, then you really have to reinvent it or recraft it. So once you evaluate it and you find some problems here and there, please initiate some corrective actions wherever you feel appropriate. When you do this on a continuous basis, that is called as strategic management. Can I repeat? Okay, strategic management is a managerial process of what? Of developing a vision, setting the objectives, crafting a strategy, implementing it, okay, implementing it, and then evaluating it, and then initiating the corrective actions wherever it feels appropriate. Okay, this is called as a strategic management. Again, I'm telling you, it is the developing of the vision, setting of the objectives, crafting the strategy, implementation, evaluation of the strategy, and initiating the corrective action. Okay, so this is called as strategic management. Now we are going to talk about, with strategic management, what is it you're trying to achieve? What will the strategic management give you? What is the overall objective? What is the overall objective? Objective is very simple. Once, if I'm a person who is doing business, or if I'm a company which is doing business, or if I'm a country like China which is going to participate in the Olympics, I need a strategic department. Okay, that strategic department will find what is the best part in me. Okay, what is my plus, what's my minus, and what should I develop? Everything will be taken care of the strategic department, which means the first overall objective that can be achieved by strategic management is that it will find my core competitive ability or core competitive advantage. What advantage do I have as China, but Germany doesn't have? Or, but Russia doesn't have that, or United States doesn't have that, only China has this. Certain kinds of advantage only China has will be spotted by the strategic department of China, and that strategic department will tell China, yes, this is your competitive advantage, you really have to concentrate here. Like none of your competitors has this, you have this, develop this. This is how the strategic department works. And what is the second overall objective? Second overall objective is like the environment in which you compete, either as a company or as a country or as a government, okay, or as an individual, okay. You have an environment. In your environment you have your competitors, okay, you have the audience, you have the public, you have everyone, okay, and the environment keeps changing. So whenever there is a change in environment, you need a strategic department to guide through all the ups and downs and ebbs and waves. Okay, so what are the two important overall objectives? The two important overall objectives is number one, to create the competitive advantage, to let me know what is so special in me, what I can develop, which can never be compromised with others, and who the others cannot touch me in this area, because I am so hugely competitively advantageous in this arena. And the monthly I will be having something that even I do not know, that the strategic department will find out for me. So that is called as to create that competitive advantage, that the company can outperform all the others. And number two is that through all the changes in the environment, the strategic department is going to guide through, okay, guide through me successfully in all the changes in the environment. So these are the two overall objectives. And now we are going to go to the 4 important benefits. With that, we will be finishing this first question. Okay, what are the 4 important benefits? I'll first tell you what are the 4 important benefits, and then I'll tell you the examples, because with examples we can easily remember. Even in examination, when they are asking you some benefits of the strategic management, you can easily write these examples, no problem at all. Okay, so here we are talking about the benefits. What are the 4 benefits, or what are the benefits of strategic management? Point number 1. When you have a strategic management department, they are like an eagle. They are like an eagle. They will watch over the entire environment, okay, very, very, very closely, and they will note down whatever is happening in the environment. So always the action that you take will always be proactive. You will not wait for the other competitors to do something, and then for that action you will not chumma like react and all. You will be the proactive leader. The company that has a very, very, very strong strategic management department will always take the first step. It's like a proactive. I'll give you an example. For example, in the past, like in 1980s or 1970s and all that, we had the paint company in India. One of the famous paint companies is Asian Paints, right? And you should read the success story of Asian Paints. You know what is so special about that? The first company in India, whether private limited or public limited or government or how do you call the space station in India. Okay, do you know who bought the first supercomputer in India? It is Asian Paints. That's like a success story. You should definitely read the success story if you have time on Google. Okay, you can easily type that Asian Paints success story, supercomputer, and all that. You will get the story. You can read. Okay, I'll tell you what is the story. The story is very simple. Asian Paints the first company to buy the supercomputer in India is Asian Paints. You might wonder, like, why in the world that a paint company is buying a supercomputer? What is the use of it? So it's very simple. That is the demand for paint, okay, the taste and preferences of the paint that is being bought by millions of people in India can be easily simulated by a supercomputer. For example, you are feeding in lots and lots of past sales that you have done. For example, for the last half a year, you have sold so many paint boxes, okay, date-wise and all that, and state-wise, place-wise, or district-wise, you have the data. You feed all these data into the supercomputer, and the supercomputer will tell you, oh, these are the past 80 lakh purchases made by people in the last 6 months. Don't worry, based on the past purchases, I will predict the future sales of your company. This is what a supercomputer can do to you. So, in short, Asian company used the supercomputer to predict the future sales, or which color will be highly in demand, which color should be. See, for example, if you are predicting the future sales, or if you are predicting the future sales of the paint, automatically you know what to produce, whether you have to produce purple color or you have to produce the peach color, beforehand. As a result, Asian Paints used the supercomputer to produce the paint in the exact quantity and in quality and in color. So this is like proactive. So here the Champaklal Choksi of Asian Paints Wonder has taken that strategy into his arms, like, okay, I have the power, I will do it. Abhi solidna, he did. which means when you have strategic management, you can be more proactive than being reactive. Okay, now Asian Paints has used a supercomputer, then I should also do something. Other competitors might be reacting to it, but not Asian Paints. Asian Paints was a strong performer, and they were super proactive, and they did not deal with the future with so much of confusion and consternation. They dealt in the future with so much of power-packed confidence. That's the more proactive of being. Okay, so number 2. What is the second benefit? The benefit is that identification of opportunities. Identification of opportunities, because if you have a strategic department, they'll say, okay, the environment is changing and I smell so much of opportunities. So when I smell so much of opportunities, those opportunities can be easily monetized by the company. I'll tell you an example. Okay, there was a company called as FASOS, FAASOS, you might have heard that. So these FASOS were running the food chain, like food business or hotels. Okay, they started in 2011, and until 2014 they were all very happy with their chain of hotel restaurants, okay, chain restaurants. And then their mission or their objective at the point of 2011 was that they wanted to become very big, like Domino's, McDonald's, like that. They wanted to become a very big food chain. Okay, but in 2014, the strategic department of that company sat and they had a discussion, like 75% of the revenues are coming only from the online sales of food, and 25% of the revenue is only coming from the actual dine-in, that is the actual hotel area, which is restaurant area, which is used for eating. So they came to a decision that let us just shut down all the hotels, that is the dine-in restaurants. Okay, we will just shut down all the brick and mortar model buildings. Let's just close it down, and we will completely transform the FASOS into a cloud kitchen. What's a cloud kitchen? Cloud kitchen is like a kitchen. It is there, and it is not branded, it is not painted in colors, and it is not having any advertisement, marketing, nothing. It is just a kitchen. Okay, and all the cuisines, multi cuisines, whether it is Chinese or India or whatever cuisine, they'll prepare it. Okay, and the available cuisines will be updated either in Swiggy or Zomato or Eat Sure or Food Panda, whatever app is available. Okay, in all the apps, the food will be uploaded, that is updated, food details will be updated. So all the online customers can just go to Swiggy, Zomato or any other food ordering app, and then they can order it. Okay. So by doing this, okay, they did not do this in the FASOS did not transform themselves into a 100% cloud kitchen format in 2020. No, they did this way back in 2014, 15, 16. They did this entire transformation. Why did they do it? Because they smelled the opportunity that most of the cost that we are giving to the table, chair, furnishing, AC in the restaurant is waste of cost. So let us be very frugal. Okay, let us reduce the cost, minimize the cost, and let us cater to the needs of the people only through online orders. Way back in 2016, when we did not even know that the COVID will hit the entire world in 2019 or 20, nobody knows that at that point of time. But still, FASOS smelled the opportunity that because of the growing mobile phone usage, because of growing 3G, 4G, 5G developments in India, obviously people are very comfortable in ordering food online and eating it at house itself. So this is like a smelling of the opportunity or identification of opportunity. And how do you achieve it? Ways and means to achieve it. You know that you want to be 100% online presence. You want to have this group of cloud kitchen. Have you ever seen Beru's Biryani building wherever you've gone, wherever, right? Wherever you go or wherever you've gone, have you ever seen a single building of Beru's Biryani? Because Beru's Biryani is a cloud kitchen. You can only find it in Swiggy or Zomato. Just like it's a FASO or a food chain, one part Beru's Biryani is. You can only find it in Zomato or Swiggy. You cannot find it in the real world. Okay, it is like that. Okay, now 2 points over. Third point, another. Third point is that better guidance to the entire organization. What is it they're telling you? Better guidance to the entire organization. Better guidance to the entire organization on what it is trying to do and on all major business decision. See, for example, it's very simple. Nokia, Nokia has a failed mobile phone, right? Way back like 10 or 15 years ago, in 2000s, Nokia was the name, that's a household name, everybody knows. Okay, Nokia, na, you know, Nokia is Nokia. It's like Nokia na mobile phone na Nokia. Like 90% of all the Indian households were very comfortable with Nokia, and we even thought that it is an Indian company. It's like that kind of a Indian rooted happiness Nokia was. But unfortunately, Nokia did not use Android, rather it tried the Symbian technology in its phones. So it was a major flop. As a result, Nokia in the smartphone industry, it did not do well. And later on, it was taken by HMD Global. Till now, Nokia is not able to come out of that failure. This is what we know as audience. This is what we know as a general public. But this is not all, okay? Today, whatever number of calls you make through your phone, whether you have your Samsung phone or Vivo or Oppo or OnePlus or Apple, any phone that you have, you call your dad or mom or anybody in India, every one of your calls is being routed only through the Nokia networks, because today the largest network infrastructure equipment provider in India is Nokia. It's like Reliance is giving you SIM card. Yes, okay. Okay, Vodafone is giving you SIM card. Is okay. Airtel is giving you SIM card. Okay, but then the telecommunication equipment is manufactured by whom? The infrastructure is provided by whom? The 4G or 3G or 5G spectrum, voice over LTE, okay, long-term evolution. Okay, who is providing these infrastructure facilities in India? It is Nokia. So Nokia, they knew that in smartphone industry they were not able to perform well, but that did not stop them. They knew what they were exactly trying to do. Okay, what it is exactly trying to do. You wanted to be the back end player. Nokia wanted to be the back end player. They did not want to be the front end player. Although even if they want to, they are not able to outperform the other companies, but they were able to outperform in the forms of Nokia networks, Nokia technologies, okay. And there is another company where the entire infrastructure, for example, Nokia is even providing you the private wireless networks, okay, using which the production can be multiplied in a very faster folding, okay. So these are all provided by Nokia. So now Nokia got a better guidance through the ebbs and veins or through the ups and downs in the environment, and they transformed themselves into, from a smartphone provider, they transformed themselves as a back end player. As what? What did they transform into? They transformed themselves into networks provider, infrastructure provider, and then private wireless network provider. Okay. Now every call that you make touches a Nokia element in the country. Without Nokia, you cannot make a call. Okay, that is the essentiality of Nokia. Okay, this is point number 3. What is point number 4? Corporate defense mechanism against pitfalls, thereby avoiding costly mistakes. When you have strategic management, okay, strategic management will help you, okay, will help you defend yourselves. It will not make you fall in your own trap, or it will not make you, it will not allow you to do blunders, it will not allow you to do costly mistakes. It will make sure that it is defending you in every position. In the same way, you can see this example. What is it? DHFL. DHFL is a loaning company. It gives you loans for housing loans and mortgage loans and all that. And it even started to give you the student loan and all those loans. But at the end of the day, the management is very the management is very deceptive. Okay, they did not do the job right. At the end of the day, CBI, the Central Bureau of Investigation, and the Enforcement Directorate, okay, and the Competition Commission of India, every organization in India has now booked a case on this DHFL, because the fraud case is exceeding the rate of around what, 34,615 crore fraud case has been identified in this DHFL. Now yes, they do have a strategic management department, but in real cases, if you are not deceptive, if you are not concealing anything, if you have a very genuine interest in the business, and then you're doing the business right, then definitely you can be safeguarded by your strategic management department. But if you're doing a fraudulent activity, okay, scheming things, okay, in an organized manner you're scheming things, and then you're wantingly you're concealing things, then the presence of strategic management will not help you at all. Your interest must be very genuine. Okay, here in DHFL case, it's a very clear-cut case where the management is so deceptive. They wanted to do round tripping. Like for example, what a company that gives you a loan does actually. It gives you the amount, you really have to borrow the amount, you really have to use the amount, okay, you have to repay the amount, and I'll get it, that's all. This is my income. But what they did, they gave the loan to a shell company, a company which is not at all in existence. So to Chuma, some dummy company, I gave some 5 crores. And that dummy company is actually created by me. What the dummy company does is sends the money to my brother. My brother buys a property in my name in Dubai. What happens? Indian government cannot seize the properties in the outstation or in the overseas. As a result, this is called round tripping. I have 5,000 crores to lend money. Okay, all the 5,000 crores I'm giving to a dummy company. Dummy company is wiring the money to my brother, sister, grandparents or grandchildren, and this money is used to buy property in my name in the overseas market. So this is a round tripping case. This is a fraudulent activity taken did by DHFL, Wadwan Brothers Syndrome. So just the presence of strategic management alone will not help you from everything, will not take care of you in every situation. Okay, if you are very genuine, then definitely you will not be allowed to do any costly mistake or pitfalls. Okay, you will be defended by your strategic management department. But if you are not genuine, then nobody can help you. Okay, are we done? And you can just read these lines, which is just a extension. See, first one, it helps the organization. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, so you have 4 points here. You can see it is more proactive than reactive. This is number 1. Okay, more proactive than reactive. Asian Paints example. Here we are talking about what it provides framework for all major decisions, what it is trying to do, and all that. Okay, definitely it will help you. Example, Nokia. And then it helps the organization to identify the opportunities. Identification of opportunities. Example, Fazos. And then finally, corporate defense mechanism will be there. When you're genuine, when your interest is genuine, definitely you will be helped. If you are not genuine, nobody can help you. Okay, so there are 4 benefits. What are 4 benefits here we are discussing? Wait. What are the 4 benefits we are discussing here? More proactive than reactive. Okay, more proactive than reactive in dealing with the future. Number 2, it is like the better guidance to the entire organization. Like, what am I trying to do? What is it trying to do on all major business decisions? Number 3, it is about the identification of opportunities. And number 4, it is a corporate defense mechanism. It will help you defend yourself from the pitfalls or from any costly mistakes. Okay, what is the overall objective? We have 2 overall objectives. Number 1, creation of that competitive advantage. And number 2, it will better guide you through the ebbs and wanes, or it will better guide you through the change in the environment. And what is the strategic management? Again, strategic management is a managerial process. Okay, in developing a strategic vision, and then setting the objectives, and then crafting a strategy. Okay, implementing the strategy, evaluating the strategy, and then initiating any corrective action wherever you feel like appropriate. Okay, thank you so much. This is the end of the question number 1. I hope this 25 or 26 minutes has been very, very, very useful to you. Thank you so much. Please do like, share, and subscribe with your friends who are preparing for number 22 exams. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye.